Hey guys, what's up? Will here, and today I'm going to be checking out your guys' teams currently and also your dream teams. And I'll be rating them, giving you guys some pointers on how you could improve them and where I think they truly shine. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so we have our first team here. Bunswell, Instinalisk, Tufflade, Zapoera, Draco Fred, and Malzuri. The Malzuri could also be a Chronos. So I'll keep that in mind. Hasn't made his mind up. First thing first, gonna go over the obvious. Type coverage. Okay. So there are a few things that overlap here. Let's just go through it. We've got Bunswell, which is basic and food. And then straight after, we have Incineroar, fire and dark. Then we have Tufflaze, beast and fire. So that means we have a second fire there. And we're getting a beast from that. Beast and fire are two very, very similar typings. Fire actually covers everything beast covers. And more. Beast just has a few less weaknesses. Then we have Zapoera, which is spark and fighting. Draco Fred, which is basic and air. This is where the issue is. Now that's two things that are dual typings. And then finally Malzuri, which is water and crystal. So it seems type coverage has been taken into account for this team. Each doodle here, just going based off types, has one of its two main typings to counter every type except poison, which is annoying because poison moves are quite common, especially right now, and they can do a lot of damage if you're weak to them. Which two things are actually weak to poison in this team, and only an earth or mine type would be strong against it. Now my issue here is this Bunswell, food and basic, and this Draco Fred, which is basic and air. We don't need them both together. One of them needs to stay, the other needs to go, or get rid of both of them. Just by looking at the rest of this team, I would say that Draco Fred needs to go. But Draco Fred can also learn beast and fire moves. So if Draco Fred stays, get rid of Tufflaze. Because you really do not need Tufflaze. Because this Incineroar is fire and dark. And the Malzuri and Chronos, one's going to be there, the other isn't. Not sure yet. Get the Malzuri and not the Chronos. If you get the Chronos, get rid of Zapoera and get rid of Incineroar. Which would mean you're keeping the Tufflaze, so get rid of Draco Fred. And then you need to replace a lot of things. Overall, out of 10, I'd rate this team about a 7. It's good on paper, but not amazing. If you want to see a video where I go more into depth, like traits and stuff, let me know. But right now, I'm just doing it nice and quick and going through them, giving quick little ratings. Okay, now we have the second team. Vixlor, McGortle, Springling, Clang, Malzuri, and Chronos. First thing first, elephant in the room. Springling here. It's grass and basic. McGortle's is grass. Why? But we're going to move on from that. And we're going to have a look through this team. Okay, this team is actually really good. The only thing that could make it better would be if it had something with a fighting move. That means it's super effective against a normal type. Which Clang, I feel like might learn some sort of physical move. So yeah, that should be fine. Other than that, Mind and Earth, they are not needed together. So Vixlor and Klangutang, one of them could be switched out for something else. If you really want an Earth type, I'd say just get Clanky. Hidden trait though. Hidden trait Clanky is very underrated because it will resist plant type attacks. And this McGordle's here, it can easily be used as a tanky self healer. Like, ignore the trait, but these stats are very, very good. These two moves here are deadly, mixed with the Poison Ivy. Clanky's hidden trait means instead of taking damage from plant type attacks, when it gets attacked, it will just absorb it and gain health, which is very useful for self-heal builds like McGortles. Springling here, this is the attacking version of McGortles now, especially with the hidden trait. Doubles this Doodle's attack stat. 25 turns into 50. This leveled 6-star as well. Amazing. Very, very OP. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this team a 9 because there are things it can improve. But everything is countered except basic, which only has one counter, which is physical anyway. I don't see any like real team weakness. Yeah, there's nothing that the team like is just gonna die to. This is a strong team, 9 out of 10. Just a Klangutang that is a little bit ropey. Now we are on to the final team for this video. This was one of the current teams. I said you can either give me your current team or your dream team. So what I've done is I've just evolved everything to make it as good as possible, because there's no like major weaknesses or like downsides from evolving everything. So yeah, all I did here was evolve Bengalux into Zapoera and Snowbat into Cryoterra. First thing first, I do want to say this Tough Blaze I don't think is needed, because Fire and Fire here, it's just a beast that will be needed from that. And we have already found out in a previous video that the starters combined are a very nice combo. So I'm 2 of them here. Quite nice, except Klangutang was the only starter that I did not support. And that's because of Clanky. But either way, there's 2 fire types here. And an ice type. I'm sure there's enough of a counter towards plant as it is. I'm going to be honest, this team's worse than I originally thought. I don't think type coverage was in the mind at all when building this team. Maybe use stuff that isn't exactly the same, and that's about it. Because this team does not have anything to counter light, ghost, dark, or mythic. Mythic, that's fine. I don't think there's anything with mythic type in the game yet. But ghost, dark, and light, that is going to be terrible for any team running with Mask Comedy or Fear Terror. Because those are the only 2 types it's made out of. Yes, not great at all. I would say just get rid of Klangutang. Find another Earth type and put that in. Because the steel is not useful for coverage. Unless there's something with a plant move, a dark move, a light move, a crystal move, a ghost move, or a food or mythic move, then this team's really gonna suck. I guess Cryoterra could probably learn that new crystal move. What's it? Gem Blast. Yeah, okay. Vixlor can also learn it. Okay. Yeah, this team's not great. Tough Lays, The moves have alright coverage in themselves. It's the Klangutang that's gonna be bad. Vixlor is overpowered. Cryoterra seems quite nice. I don't think Morpher is really needed. Maybe go for another poison. A Kaleidoscope would be really good in this team. Or even a Globby. So yeah, maybe consider getting a Kaleidoscope, because that would be really easy to get your hands on. And that would be a good replacement for Morpher, as it is poison. But that light type would also be good for Mythic Doodles and Ghost Doodles. Or, alternatively, you could go with Globby if you're in a double fight. Yeah, you could really play around, test them both out. But the Ghost will mean it is also good against Ghost, but not Mythic. So yeah, I would definitely recommend a Kaleidoscope in this build instead of the Molfra, because Toughleys can learn Nibble. It can probably learn some other bug type moves as well. This Clankatang really annoys me. You know, let's try and find a replacement for this. So there aren't that many Earth types that aren't mono Earth type. There's only Klangutang, Magmatoad, and Cacmeow. There's enough fire types in this team already, so we're not going with Magmatoad, and Klangutang's the one we're trying to replace. So Cacmeow is all that's left. Cacmeow is actually quite underrated. Very good doodle. I strongly recommend you use it. And it also counters light, which even with the Kaleidoscope, there would be no counter towards light, because the only types that are good against light are plant and dark. So yeah, I'd say get rid of Klangtang, get Cacmeow. Other than that, I think the team would be alright. Maybe replace Toughleys or Vixlor, but they're both very good doodles, so I wouldn't worry about that. It's just weakness to dark. Once again though, if you get that crystal move, you'll be good to go. Because that's the only thing that dark is weak to. And Vixlor can learn it. And so can Cryoterra. So just stick on one of them, and you'll be set. I know this is a bit of a different video, but please let me know if you guys like this by hitting the like button, and let me know in the comment section down below. I'll leave a link to the post where you can add your own teams for future videos. And if I picked your team, let me know if it helped. But until next time, goodbye guys.